We are more than halfway done with the Basecamp. Over here, we have gone through objectives, understanding what this course is about. We have talked about all things journey wise. What is this journey? Why we need to take this? Who's the main worker? What is the role of these videos in this journey? And now we are working on the mindsets. These mindset is required for the ascent that we are going to take. The 5 universal truths that we will deal with, we will need this mindset. So we are covering different aspects of it one by one. First off, we have created the space, and we know that there are exercises that we can do to expand the space, this personal me on me space in my case, and you on you space for you. We have already realized that we can do exercises to make sure that the noises are cut out from here so that we have clarity and focus. In the last mindset called be seated, what we have started doing is we have started adding elements. The first element we talked about was the mind's eye, that most sophisticated screen inside our head on which all our thoughts, our processing, our imagination, or the scenarios that we run, they run on that screen. We also added a seat on which we need to sit. This is the take it as a throne of a king. So in your life, you are the king or the queen, and this is your throne. You sit here and you watch what goes on your screen. Now, metaphorically speaking, we are going to add another thing, a remote control, so that you control what runs on that screen. If we don't control what goes on that screen, then we are absolutely susceptible to whatever life throws at us. Whatever will be thrown at us will be running on that screen, and it will be chaotic, it will be random. So we have to have a way to stop what's going on and instead play what we want to play. It is our screen, my personal screen. I should have a control on it, what goes on it. So I have to be selective. We are selective anyways because there's too much information coming on. What happens is that we have left our selection on auto. It is not a well-designed, deliberate, criteria of selection. How am I going to select what I want to run on the screen? What is my idea? What do I value most? Do I know clearly? So the more I spend time on this, the more control I will have on what goes on that screen. It becomes very handy also when something unwanted comes in your life. You and I must have the ability to change back the channel where we want it to be. Okay, let's do the exercise now. Let's get to our favorite social media app, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, whatever. Once we are at our feed, notice that we are already in the social mindset. We have already joined the whole group that that is on our feed. And let's first of all break away from that. Let's stay seated on the seat of our soul that we talked about in previous mindset. And instead of seeing our feed on the phone screen, see it on your mind screen. Now, when you start scrolling through it, you see that there are posts that you don't want to pay attention to. You scroll them up. And then there are posts that jump at you and you value them and you process them. What's going on in your mind screen is that you are quickly evaluating each post and you're passing judgment. You're saying, okay, this is valuable, this is not valuable, and you're sorting through that, and that is how your decision making is going on. So the third thing that you want to do is what we did in last exercise, the thought fishing. In this part, look at your own criteria. What is it that you think is a good post and what is it that you don't pay attention to? What is that criteria of your own that you are using to scroll through your feed? Let's begin to familiarize ourselves with our own criteria more and more, and we are going to get to a point where we'll be dealing with that squarely.